Hello, beautiful people. What's up? Good morning, good evening, good night, good afternoon, whatever time you're watching this. So I'm not gonna waste any time. I'm gonna just jump right into the video and get this conversation started. So as Ramadan is slowly approaching, I was sitting here thinking like, oh my goodness, it's been a full year since I've been wearing the hijab. And I started thinking like, oh, okay, how about I share maybe like things I've learned within this year of putting on the hijab and just how like I've gained such an attachment to it. And it's kind of just like part of me now, and how weird I feel when I'm like going out and about and I'm not wearing it. So again, we're just gonna jump right into the video, no wasting time, okay? So number one of the first things that I really like and I really enjoy since wearing the hijab is that the salams you get from other sisters and brothers, it's so amazing because before I put the hijab on, especially at work, I would send salam to women, to ladies, and they would never send it back. I think maybe they thought, oh, because they're wearing a hijab and maybe I know a little bit about Islam and you're supposed to greet a Muslim, but not knowing that me myself, I'm also Muslim. So to have it received, now not all sisters give you salam back when you send them salam. Not all of them do that. But the feeling of being greeted first, oh, assalamu alaikum, sister, it feels so good. And I love that so much. There's this one situation at work, not situation, but there was this one thing, something that happened at work. Because if you don't know, I'm a flight attendant. And so I do wear my hijab, but I wear it in a turban like. And so it was a very early morning flight. And the adhan went off. We were done boarding. I was preparing to say like the announcements, demonstration announcements, and the adhan went off. And it was quiet. Everyone like looked back. The people who could hear it, they looked back. And I just let it play because you're supposed to let the adhan play. So and so once we landed, we were deplaning, everyone was off the plane. There was a guy, he was like, oh, thank you so much. I was like, thank you, welcome. He said, Assalamu alaikum. I was like, walaikum salam. He's like, are you Muslim? I was like, yeah. He's like, okay. And then he deplaned. So that lets me know that he heard my adhan go off. And it just feels so good. Like chef's kiss. The second thing I've learned since putting on the hijab is the way people treat me now. When I'm out in public, Alhamdulillah, I haven't run across a mad person who wants to try it with me. That's the Houston of me coming out. I'm sorry. But I haven't met a mad person who wants to try it with me yet. Alhamdulillah, I hope I don't. Inshallah, I hope I don't meet a crazy person who want to try it. But for the most part, the people who I come across, they've been like so respectful. They've been so like courteous. They're like, especially the men, they're like, get out the way. Or they're just like, they just get out the way. It's whether it's like a very like courteous way or whether it's like a, oh my goodness, a Muslim type of way. They still get out the way. And I think it's great. It's amazing. I do get side eyes sometimes. This one time I was just traveling and I took United and I was seated and matter of fact, that was the crazy part. We was in economy. But anyways, it was the international flight, so it was the 242 seaters. And so I got my seat, I went to sit down. The last part was the 3-seat. Matter of fact, yeah, it depends. Anyways, so I sat down, I'm putting my stuff up or whatever, and I just feel if looks could kill, I just see this girl's eyeballs just like piercing me. And the way this look of just like disgust and like, why are you sitting right here? Like, oh my goodness, it was just the look on her face. And I looked up and she just like, it was like, yeah, I saw you. Like, are you okay? But that's the difference in people that I do notice that I get treated different now. Work too. I think when people see me at work, some people like realize it and some people also are like, why is she wearing that? Unless we go out and I don't tie it in a turban, I wear it in like full hijab style, then they know. Or then maybe a conversation is coming up and then it comes up that, yeah, I'm Muslim, then they know. So at work too, it's like they know but they don't know, and they kind of like, A third thing I've learned, this was kind of fun. Okay, a third thing I learned is that the attachment you grow with the hijab. Because now, like I said in the beginning, I feel like it's a part of me. When I go out, it just feels weird going out without it now. Even if I'm like, okay, I just need to run to the store real quick. I don't need to get anything, just a few things from the store. Even I'm like, even if I'm like, okay, I just want to go to Chick-fil-A because Chick-fil-A is up the street. I want to go to Chick-fil-A and it's late at night. And it's like I need to put some, and it's just the way dressing in period, not just the hijab, but I feel like, okay, I feel like the way I've always wanted to dress as a kid, as like a kid and a young girl, is how I dress now, how I'm like slowly when I go shopping and building my wardrobe, is how I'm now dressing now that I wear the hijab. But because before I was wearing hijab, it was, you know, hot girl summer and Fashion Nova and stuff like that. And you can still wear your Fashion Nova fits, but you have to make it look modest, right? But the way I saw my cousin dress growing up, I always knew that's how I wanted to dress. But it's so crazy. Wow, Allah Akbar. It's so crazy how I watched her and I knew in the back of my head that's how I wanted to dress. But in order for me to dress like that, I had to wear the hijab. Isn't that, oh my goodness, subhanAllah. This is me real time realizing this. Like, because I always, like I said, I always know what to dress like that. But before putting on hijab, maybe it was skinny jeans, dress. You know, does that make sense, you guys? So yeah, just overall, my taste in clothes now has changed. I still like some of those things. Obviously, I still very much like those things, but I know I have to find a way to make it look modest. And because the older I get, the more I notice that my taste in things are changing, especially clothes. It makes me want to like do better, dress better, and you know, still be stylish and show my character and show my personality, but also be modest with it, you know, be a woman, you know. I'm just, you know, I hope that makes sense and I'm not just rambling. Another thing I've realized since becoming a hijabi is how you have to switch your character. Yes, still be yourself. Like, I'm still Adija to the core 100%, but I noticed that there are certain things I have to change about myself, especially in public, how I have to represent all Muslim women, because there are some ignorant people out there who think that Islam is like terrible and women are oppressed. So if I'm like out in public, I have to present myself a certain way, because I'm representing my ummah and I'm representing the other Muslim women, right? So I do try my best to like watch how I behave, especially if I'm out with my friend Tamara, because when me and her together, it's just crazy. So, but, but you know, I really have to like I said, like present myself a certain way, or still being myself, obviously. Which goes back to number one, like how people like treat me now. So yeah, obviously, if someone gets reckless, you know, you gotta get reckless back, but don't let it like get to a certain point of like where it gets like too carried away, you know. So that's something I noticed. Like, I really have to like, when I go out, like be mindful of the things that I say, the things that I do, and stuff like that. So yeah. Okay, so this one is kind of funny. Another thing I've noticed is how, not like, this kind of goes hand in hand with like the first thing I said, how people treat me in public, but this one, it goes to people who know you, right? So like, for example, my neighbors, before I wore the hijab, like they obviously have always seen me back in my clubbing days, back in my like all these things, you know. They've seen me, and I've been living in this apartment since I was like 21. Okay, I'm not 29, so I've been here for a long time. So the same people who were here when I moved in, you know, there's obviously we've seen each other like grow in a certain type of way. And so the ones who actually know me and we've become like good neighbors, it's so interesting now how when they see, especially this one neighbor, it's so interesting now how when they see me, they're just like they want to say something but they don't know what to say, and how it's actually very funny. Same with family members. Like my cousin Fatima, she's like, so are you wearing that thing for 100% now, or like like do you have to wear that when you're around us? And I was like, girl, it's like, I obviously she means no harm with it, and you know, the people who know that mean no harm with it, but I think it's very funny, you know, how it's just a very interesting thing to see people's reaction of you once you put the hijab on, especially those who are close to you and know you very well. It's very interesting. yeah, you guys, I can't even think of anything else. I didn't write anything down. Everything's just coming from my head, and I cannot think of anything else. So I think I'm just gonna cut the video here and end it here. So I hope you guys liked the video. If you enjoyed it, please like down below and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.